The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is proof of our strength when we unite. Born in the heart of millions, funded by our own people, built through their labor and sacrifice. It is a testament to shared vision, bold determination, and collective effort, a historic achievement for Ethiopia and for Africa. Excellencies, these forces, guided by Madamar, are the foundation for what we can build with the Caribbean. Geography may have placed us apart, but history has bound us together. Let us free ourselves from the language of charity, of recovery, of being called developing. Let us instead rise into something new and ours, where the waters that once divide us now unite us in dignity.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Yami channel. How are you? How are you doing? Today's topic is about who funded Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Is it Trump and the US? Is it the World Bank? Is it the IMF? Who did it? Because Trump is claiming that he was one of them. Is it true? However, Ethiopia claims that it was their own people and the government. Wow, today we are going to know the truth. Is Trump telling lies? Is Ethiopian government telling lies? Let's listen to the claims by Trump, then we'll hear from Ethiopian government. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Very interesting topic.
In Egypt and Ethiopia, as you know, they've been fighting over the dam. Ethiopia built a dam with United States money, largely. It's one of the largest dams in the world, and it has one little problem. It doesn't allow much water going into the Nile River. So you can imagine Egypt's not thrilled because they live off the Nile River. The Nile River, it's blood, it's heart, it's everything. And we think we have that one pretty well taken care of. But that was a pretty bad thing. I was watching this as it was going up. I get pictures and satellites and everything, and I'm looking at this massive dam, and I'm saying, is that going to be blocking the water to the Nile? And anyway, that should have never sort of happened the way it happened. But financed by the United States of America, the whole thing is a little crazy, but we got that solved. I think that's going to be solved pretty long term.
The amount of electricity that's going to be generated by this one dam is going to more than double the amount of electricity that this country generates on an annual basis. This is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, also known as the GERD, which was inaugurated officially on September 9th of 2025, which is a major milestone for them in their energy sector and infrastructure. Now, this massive hydroelectric project has been in the process and under construction for 14 years at this point, with a total cost of exceeding $4.5 billion. The dam was primarily funded through domestic contributions from Ethiopians at home and abroad in a national effort to achieve energy independence as a nation. Now, this thing spans 1,800 meters in length and is designed to generate over 5,000 megawatts of electricity once it's fully operational, which is more than going to double the entire current power capacity of Ethiopia, which is going to change millions of people's lives. It includes a reservoir that's capable of holding billions of cubic meters of water, and the project aims to boost electricity across Ethiopia's population of over 120 million people, where only about half of them currently have.
Who built the Ethiopian Renaissance Dam? The main construction contract for the GERD was awarded in 2011 to rebuild an Italian construction firm, formerly Salini Impregilo. The company has led the engineering and construction work on the massive structure. It is indeed massive, massive structure. The dam project has been overseen by Ethiopian authorities with tens of thousands of Ethiopian workers contributing to the build as well. How was it funded? Are we going to come across Trump that he was one of us, including US? Let's keep on reading as we continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Ethiopia financed the dam largely through domestic funding mobilized by the government, including selling government bonds, encourage citizen companies and the diaspora to contribute. Deductions from public employees' salaries, etc., etc. Because major international lenders were reluctant to fund the project, largely due to political pressure from downstream countries like Egypt, Ethiopia relied on its own resources for most of the financing. A Chinese state bank, Exim Bank of China, provided funding about 1 billion US dollars, specifically for turbines and electrical equipment. There are some reports of other foreign contributions to related infrastructure, e.g. grid connections, but the core dam construction was mostly financed by Ethiopia itself and not by external governments. Was Trump or the US involved? No, there is no credible evidence that the United States funded the GERD. US President Donald Trump repeatedly claimed on social media that the US financed the dam, but Ethiopian officials and independent sources have firmly rejected this, saying the dam was built without US foreign aid. Independent analysts note that US involvement has been diplomatic at most, including attempts during the Trump administration to mediate talks between Ethiopia, Egypt, and Sudan, but not financial support for building the dam. In fact, at times the US withheld it during contentious negotiation. How long was the construction? Because some of you don't know about this. Construction officially began April 2, 2011. Over the years, the reservoir was gradually filled in stages, and electricity generation began as the turbines were commissioned starting in 2022. The dam reached full structure completion and was officially inaugurated in September 2025, meaning that this dam construction took about 14 years from 2011 until this year 2015. But as I said before, Trump and US did not contribute financially. It was only negotiating the peace deals because Egypt and Sudan were claiming now river. That's what I know. Thank you very much for watching. Let's watch a few more couple videos before we conclude. Thank you to all my subscribers, both returning and new subscribers. What do you think about Trump's claim? Anyway, we know Trump. It's always about me, 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 me. But kudos to you Ethiopians because you are not having it. I've seen a lot of Ethiopians who are definitely standing out there and refute the claims made by Trump.
So how do you build a $5 billion mega dam with no foreign loans, no IMF, and no World Bank. Well, my people, you turn to your people. After Zenawi's call, Ethiopia launched a nationwide campaign like no other. Civil servants gave up a month's salary. Farmers started selling their cows and goats. Well, not literally, but. Taxi drivers bought government bonds. Even school children pulled their lunch money to contribute. And listen, the diaspora answered too. Ethiopians abroad bought bonds and sent remittances, determined to prove that this project belonged to them. By 2025, more than 90% of the dam's cost had been covered domestically. Ordinary Ethiopians, rich, poor, rural, urban, carried a $5 billion project on their backs. It wasn't just fundraising, it was mobilization. A nation rising to say that we will not wait for permission, we will not beg for help, we will build it ourselves. That's why the GERD isn't just called a dam. In Ethiopia, they call it the People's Project.
The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is proof of our strength when we unite. Born in the heart of millions, funded by our own people, built through their labor and sacrifice. It is a testament to shared vision, bold determination, and collective effort, a historic achievement for Ethiopia and for Africa. Excellencies, these forces, guided by Madamar, are the foundation for what we can build with the Caribbean. Geography may have placed us apart, but history has bound us together. Let us free ourselves from the language of charity, of recovery, of being called developing. Let us instead rise into something new and ours, where the waters that once divide us now unite us in dignity and prosperity.
Before I conclude, did you know that if Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is the largest hydroelectric dam in Africa, making it the continent's most powerful hydroelectric plant with a capacity of 5,150 megawatts products and aiming to electricity the region. Size and power is the biggest in Africa by capacity, making among the world's top 20. Situated on the River Nile in Ethiopia near the border of Sudan. The purpose of this dam is to provide electricity for Ethiopia, currently saving 60% without power, and the wider Horn of Africa. National pride handed by Ethiopians is a symbol of national achievements and emergency independence. Africans, let's clap for Ethiopians. They did it without Western world. It means any African country out there can do it without depending on Western people. This is the Africa we want. Don't forget to watch this video from the beginning until the end. Thank you to all my subscribers, both returning and new subscribers, for your support and love. Thank you. God bless you abundantly. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
We gon' do it all for the culture. We gon' build villas. Do it in the name of content. We gon' sell our culture. We gon' call ourselves boss in a new continent. I'm a Ghana time soon. I'm a Kenya time soon. FBI, they watch me like big brother. FBI, they watch me like big brother. Yeah, we dey live like bosses, but we beg on the phone from abroad. Yeah, we dey live like bosses, but we scam the old women from abroad. We dey live like bosses, but we beg on the phone from abroad. Yeah, we dey live like bosses, but we scam the old women from abroad. Ghana time soon. Kenya time soon. FBI, they watch me like big brother. FBI, they watch me like big brother.